Hello everybody. We are out here in the woods again today. It's the first time in several days we've been able to get out here. It's been pouring down rain day after day after day. So I really don't have much in the pod to share with you this week. So I thought we would do something a little different. We're going to have a little talk today about habituation. And I'm going to tell you about some of the things that I do and why I do them, why I don't do other things. First of all, habituation is a method of making contact with the Bigfoots in a non-evasive manner, a way of drawing them to you rather than going out and chasing them down. You know, that it seems to be the old-fashioned method of finding Bigfoot is to go out in the woods and scream and bang on trees and, you know, follow one report to, you know, from here to there, you know, just covering all these different spots in the woods, chasing after them. And, you know, there's a lot of people that have spent a lot of years in the woods and have never had a sighting. And when you're going by that route, it's basically a matter of chance, you know, being in the right place at the right time. And there's a very good possibility that no matter how much time you spend in the woods, you will never be in the right place at the right time. So in the last few years, there have been other methods that have been put forward that seem to work a lot better. You know, rather than chasing the Bigfoots around the forest, let them come to you. Create a relationship of sorts, you know, build some trust. And, you know, when it comes to habituation, the number one rule is respect. You have to respect the Bigfoots, the forest, all the creatures out here, everything that's out here. You have to show respect for it, and that's going to go a long ways with them. Now, I'm kind of in a good situation here, a very lucky situation, where I've been here for more than 20 years, and in all that time I wasn't really aware that they were out here, but they were aware of me. So they already know what I'm about. They already know what to expect from me. So when I discovered that the Bigfoots were out here, and I decided that I wanted to have more experiences and I wanted to experience them, I wanted to learn about them, I just want more, you know. So for me, coming out here and doing what I do it's not about proof. It's not about proving their existence. It's not about finding evidence to show the world that they are real. For me, proving them real is, well, kind of redundant. I already know they're real. There are many, many other people out there who also already know that they're real. So for me, that's just kind of a waste of time, just coming out here looking for proof. And proof is something that'll probably never happen, at least not on video. Nobody will ever get anything on video that the world will accept as proof. Short of having a Bigfoot walk up on camera, shake your hand, let him take a hair sample and swab of the mouth and have that to produce as evidence. But, you know, I'm just really not about that. I'm much more interested in creating experiences and learning about them. So when it comes to habituation, it's not a short-term thing. It's a long-term process. It's going to take time to come out here and build the respect and build the trust that's going to bring them forward. So another one of the most important things that you need to do when you're out here is be predictable. You have to be respectful. You have to be predictable. Do the things that humans normally do. You know, go for a walk, follow the same paths, go to the same places, do the same things. Let them see that you are not a threat. And another thing that a lot of people say is, well, you can't go out into the woods and make noise because that will scare them off. Well, you know, you got to remember the Bigfoots aren't just your typical wildlife. They're not going to be frightened away by noises. And as a matter of fact, there are certain noises and sounds that I can't say it works for all Bigfoots, but I know at least some of them, they're attracted by noise. They're drawn to it. They're curious, and they're not afraid of it. So it can draw them in. Although I would not recommend going out into the woods and just screaming bloody murder or, you know, beating on trees. because that's really not respectful. You don't want to come out here and try and fool them into thinking that you are one of them just to get a response. You know, that's a short-term thing. That's something, you know, if you're going into a patch of woods somewhere one time, you're never going back, and you want to see if there's something there, then sure, maybe go ahead, make some noise, try to imitate them, see if you can get a response. But in the long run, that's all you're going to get. So when it comes to the habituation process, I put out food, I give them goodies, I give them things that they can't find out here in nature, because, well, basically they don't need anything that I have to offer them. The best that I can hope for is that they will trust the food that you give them, that they will find something that they enjoy and will take on a regular basis. And that's the key right there, is finding something that on a regular basis that they will enjoy and keep coming back for. Now, a lot of people think that I need to put a trail cam up at my gifting area. Well, that's just not going to happen. First of all, there is no respect in trying to trick one of them into stepping in front of a camera. When the day comes that I actually get a Bigfoot on camera, it's going to be with me present, with my camera, and an opportunity that the Bigfoots have provided for me. And that's the way it's going to happen. So, some people think of the gifting area as a bait station. It is not. It is what it is called. It is a gifting area. No strings attached. It is a place for them to come and find the things that I leave for them with no expectations from them. That is something that takes time, and it's not an overnight thing. This is a long-term process. This is something that I'm not just out here for one main end goal. You know, it's not just to get proof or to get a picture. It is to build confidence, respect, trust, and create some kind of a relationship that will actually allow them to come in closer to me. And that's the way it works. So when it comes to trying to trick them, trying to fool them, that is just not respectful. We come out here and we do what we always do. We do what we have always done. And it seems to be working quite well. We have had, just along this trail, just here in this patch of woods, in the last 2 years, we've had 8 sightings. We've found footprints on multiple occasions. We've had vocalizations. We've had them coming within 20, 30 feet of us after dark. And these are the experiences that I'm after. I want to know what they're about. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know, maybe someday, maybe I'll even have the opportunity to ask them, what's your name? You know, things like that. That's what I'm striving for here. So when people suggest that I come and put out trail cameras, well, that's just not going to work. The only way that a trail camera is going to work is to have it attached to something that's already a human object, you know. Like the picture that Juanita got this last summer, that camera was on the back of the motorhome. It didn't stand out. You put a trail cam out here in the woods, they know these woods like the back of their hand. It's going to stand out, and they're going to know that you're trying to trick them into stepping in front of a camera. And quite frankly, that is just not the way to go about things. So, if you want to find a Bigfoot, I would recommend that you go find yourself a nice patch of woods somewhere. It doesn't have to be way out, you know, remote areas. It could be on the borders of civilization, just a place where there's lots of cover, lots of water, lots of food supply, and just start spending as much time there as you can. And make sure that you do everything that you do in a respectful manner. Sing to them, you know, play music. But don't blast, you know, some heavy metal out here that's just going to be obnoxious. You don't want to do anything that's obnoxious. You don't want to try and imitate them and fool them into thinking that you are one of them. That's not respectful. That's not going to get you anywhere. If it did work once, that's all you would get, would be once. And then they're going to back away, and you may never gain their trust back again. So, when it comes down to it, this is all about the experience. Just the ongoing learning process that, to me, is worth more than any photograph or any kind of proof that I'll ever be able to find or come up with, because, well, you know, quite frankly, I don't care if they're ever proven real. I already know they're real. Many other people know they're real. There's a monumental amount of evidence out here that shows that they are, in fact, real. But they aren't just wildlife. They are more human than anything else out here. They're basically just another version of us. So you can't come out here and expect normal methods of finding wildlife to work for them because, you know, they don't want to be found. They don't want to be seen. Even when they make their vocalizations, they mimic other wildlife in an effort to blend vocally as well as visually. They have some really amazing talents. And they wouldn't have these talents, they wouldn't make use of these talents if they were interested in being seen, heard, found. They don't want anything to do with us. And that is why building trust is so important. You have to give them the opportunity, you have to give them the time to see what you're about and see that you are somebody that they might be willing to come forward and let you experience them. And when it comes down to it, that's basically the best you're ever going to hope for. And that's what I'm doing out here. So, I'm sorry I don't have anything better for you this week. I know there's a lot of people that have been asking about the trail cam thing and the recorders, and well, I think it just sums it all up in the word respect. Just be out here, be respectful, try to build a relationship and let them come to you. And it's going to be a long-term process, but that's just fine because I'm not going anywhere, and I really doubt they are either. So I guess that's about all I wanted to say. I would like to invite any other habituators that are out there to, if I've missed anything, if you have any comments or other advice, please post them in the comments. And yeah, this is a new way of doing things, and it seems to be working really well, a lot better than just randomly running off through the forest, chasing after reports, and things like that. So, starting to rain again. I'm going to throw the ball for Gabby for a few minutes here before it pours too much that we got to get back inside, and we'll see you next week. You ready? You ready? You are? Okay. There you go. Oop, mom throw. Sorry. Oh, she's happy now. Gabby.